Hello, dear teacher. I hope everything is fine for you. In today's video, I will be talking about the reasons for using classroom-based language assessment in EFL classroom. Now, first of all, what is a classroom-based language assessment? It is merely any language assessment or a systematic approach to formative or evaluation that teachers use to measure a student's progress or proficiency in the classroom. That being said, I'm going to answer three main questions that are very important to understand the topic. Why do we give an assessment in the language classroom? Teachers give an assessment in the language classroom, especially to gather information in order to understand in a better way students' strengths and weakness and make the necessary decisions to improve the teaching and learning process. Now, why do we use language assessment? As you know, assessment is a critical step in the learning process. First, it improves the quality of a student learning, gives the students a measure of their progress as learners, determines how much and how well students are learning, and of course, if the course learning objectives have been met. Second, it helps to reinforce the teaching and learning process. Put simply, when teachers apply the assessment in the classroom, they can analyze their effectiveness as teachers and so improve their teaching approaches by making some adjustments and changes in the teaching. Likewise, it can help teachers to measure students' or learners' proficiency, abilities, knowledge, and so on. Thus, they can determine what students have learned, what students struggle with, and what is unclear. So they can make the next class more effective to meet the learning needs of those students. Or simply, it can help them to provide useful feedback to students' works. On the other hand, classroom assessment activities can be developed through tests, essays, portfolios, simple questionnaires, and others. These activities have to be well prepared by the teacher to use when it's necessary. It can be applied at the beginning, middle, or at the end of the course. It depends on what type of assessment teachers wants to apply. Moreover, as English teachers, we should determine if each assessment that we are going to apply is meaningful. So we have to ensure that it will be valid, reliable, and feasible. Finally, it is important to highlight that assessment affects many facets of education, including students' grades, placement, and advancement, as well as curriculum and instructional needs for school funding. Now, the last question is, why do we link a student's assessment performance to the beneficial consequences that we want to help bring about? A student's assessment performance is very important since, as I mentioned, teachers can gather information and analyze it to assign language assessment scores or grades, and so make some changes, making sure if students are advancing or not, and decide what area students and the teachers should focus on, and also make the necessary changes. Usually, teachers link students' assessment performance to the beneficial consequences in order to motivate them to keep doing their best to improve their knowledge and develop their communicative competences. Now, I have an example. A teacher gives a short test to his students at the end of the class in order to check if they've acquired the knowledge. The test consists on 5 questions. Each question will be graded with 2 points. If students get a score higher than 7 points, they will pass to the next level. So, after the test, the teacher interprets the results and makes some decisions in order to help those students that couldn't finish the test successfully. One of these decisions consists on giving students feedback and making them review some contents that are very important and they struggle with. Thank you very much for your attention.